up everybody and happy new year. It's been a minute since I did a makeup tutorial, and I'm just gonna make sure that this eye is identical to the other one, hence I'm showing you with my fingers. And I'm starting off by priming my eyelid with the D62 crayon concealer. I'm just gonna make sure that I actually put the correct name on the description box below, so make sure you check that out. And I'm jumping into the Beauty Glazed eyeshadow palette, and I'm going in with the eyeshadow called Burgundy, and I'm just gonna apply it all over my eyeshadow area. And as you can see, I did not mattify my eyeshadow prior to this. I did not mattify my eyelid prior to this eyeshadow, basically because I just want this color to pop out a little bit more. And just to soften up that burgundy shade, I'm going in with the eyeshadow called Brick Red, and I'm just gonna apply it on the outer areas just to soften up that eyeshadow, as I mentioned earlier. And yeah, and once I am done with that, making sure that I blend it all in properly, and I'm gonna take this MAC cleanse off oil, and this is what I'm gonna be using to cut my crease, or rather to clean it up as well, before going in with the next shade using a Q-tip. And now once I'm done with that and I'm happy with it, I'm jumping into the next eyeshadow shade, or rather the eyeshadow palette, and I'm going in with the Essence Royal Party eyeshadow palette. And the shade I'm going to be going in today with is actually a little bit more shimmery, like a softer pink, and this one is called Shimmer. It has a little bit of glitter, and I'm just gonna apply it into that area just as a base before we go in with the glitter. And the glitter we're gonna be going in with is from Galaxy TZ, and I'm going in with that soft-ish purplish, pinkish, I don't know how to call it, but it's a combination of two colors, pink and purple. And I'm just gonna apply it all over that area. And basically I do not need any glitter glue or anything, because it just sits on nicely and it doesn't flake off. And then I'm going in with a little bit of the chunky glitter, and I'm just gonna basically randomly apply it on top of that as well, just to cover up those spaces or gaps that I left while using the smaller glitter. And then after that, I'm gonna go in with the black gel liner and make sure that I wing out my upper lash line before jumping into a touch of mascara and of course some lashes off camera. And then next, after my lashes, I'm going in with the LA Girl primer spray, which happens to be my favorite primer, as you may have noticed by now. And then next, I'm just going in with the MAC foundation. I'll make sure that I put the correct name or number in the description box below. Make sure you check that out. And I'm applying it with a damp beauty blender just to make sure that it goes on flawlessly without leaving any brush creases. That hence I'm using this beauty blender. And of course it's kind of like saves me a lot of time using this. And once I am happy with that, I'm just gonna jump into the concealer, which will be coming up next. And the concealer that we're gonna be using today is the Smudge Perfecting Concealer, and this one is in a shade called Ivory. And I'm just gonna apply it in the inner corner of my eye and the outer corner of my eye, and just to clean up underneath that area, as well as to brighten up my eyes a little bit more. And of course, let's not forget the bridge of my nose and a little bit of it on my forehead area, and that will basically be it. I did my forehead off camera. I think my camera was giving me a little bit of an issue, so I did that, and now you're just gonna see me blending out underneath the eye area before moving on to the next. And then here I'm just going in with the LA Girl LP 906 Espresso loose powder, and this is what I'm using to contour the sides of my nose and the hollows of my cheeks. And yeah, basically that will be all for contouring. We're not going to be doing much today, and then next I'll be doing a little bit of highlighting after I set the rest of my face with some powder. And you will see just in a few minutes I'm going to be using the MAC Fix Plus, actually the MAC Studio Fix powder, and this one's gonna be in an NC30, which I'm gonna be using to kind of like mattify the rest of my face. And yep, and then here I'm just going back into the Beauty Glazed textured eyeshadow palette, and I'm going in with the same eyeshadow we used previously in the shade called Burgundy, and I'm just gonna apply it on my lower lash line just to smoke it out, or to add a little bit of color actually onto my lower lash line, which I'm gonna blend out a little bit more later on, because I'm really pressed for time. I gotta finish up and go to work, and I don't have a lot of time to be sitting here and fussing over it. And then I went in with the Smudge contouring palette, and I just went in with those two soft shades and applied them on the apples of my cheeks, as they're not too pink and they're not too harsh. And then I'm going in with the Essence highlighter, and this one is the shade called Hypnotic, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of it on the sides of my cheeks, or the apples of my cheeks, just to highlight that bone structure, bone area, and then a little bit on the center of my nose. And yeah, just making sure I'll go back and forth and kind of like try to blend them all out, because at first I didn't like how they were sitting. And then next I'm going in with the Kylie liquid lipstick, and yeah, that's basically it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget subscribe, comment, like, and share. And until next time, bye bye.